Hello everyone, Ashley here at the Speedway Public Library, and today is usually our new book announcements, but unfortunately we are still waiting on a big order to come in, so hopefully by next week we will have that. So instead, I'm going to be talking about some diverse rom-coms that we have on the shelf right now. Some of them are new, and some of them are ones that we've had or have gotten within the last year, but all of them are fantastic. I've read almost all of them, and I'm finding a new genre that I absolutely love. So, like I said, they are going to be diverse. So the first ones we're going to look at, these are all by people of color. So they're authors that are really starting to make a name for themselves, including this first one, whose name is Jasmine Guillory. And she started off with one called The Wedding Date. I believe we are trying to get that one. But we do have a couple of hers, including The Wedding Party. So The Wedding Party, it looks at two characters, Maddie and Theo. And they have two things in common. First, their best friend is Alexa. And second, they hate each other. So after they have an oops, we made a mistake kiss, they can't stop thinking about one another. With their friend Alexa's wedding rapidly approaching, they decide that they are going to share the bridal party responsibilities that require more interaction with each other than they're usually comfortable with. But underneath all those, insults that they're constantly throwing at each other is a simmering attraction that won't fade. So they finally find themselves sneaking off together when their friend Alexa isn't looking. So with any engagement, with a nemesis, there are unspoken rules that must be abided by. But first and foremost, don't fall in love. So that is The Wedding Party by Jasmine Guillory. The next one we have is brand new on the shelf, and it is Farah, I might say this wrong again, Roshan. I actually listed this book off as one of the new books in one of the recent videos a couple weeks ago. But it is Farah Roshan's book, The Boyfriend Project. So Samaya Brooks never thought she would be that girl, but a live tweet of a horrific date just revealed the painful truth. She's been catfished, and by a three-timing jerk of a boyfriend. So suddenly, Samaya, along with two of his other girlfriends, London and Taylor, they have gone viral online. So they are now best friends, and they are making a pact to spend the next 6 months investing in themselves. So not worrying about guys, and dates and all this. They're investing in themselves, which everyone should do at some point. And so, no men, no dating, and no worrying about their relationship status. So for once, Samaya is putting herself first, and she's working on an app that she's always wanted to finish. And suddenly she meets a honey-eyed Daniel Collins at work. What are the chances? So when it comes to love, there's no such thing as coincidence. But is he really boyfriend material, or is he just a little too good to be true? So that is Boyfriend Project by Farah Roshan. The next one we have is, I apologize if I say this wrong, Mahiri McFarlane. And it's her book, If I Never Met You. So when her partner of over a decade suddenly ends things, Lori is left feeling reeling. Not only because they work at the same law firm, but she has to see him every single day. So her life, it was once perfect, but now it's in shambles. And the thought of just dating again in the age of, Tinder and all those dating apps is kind of scary to her. She's a little concerned about it. But when her ex's pregnant girlfriend, when talk of that, hits the office grapevine, she realizes that, lying down and taking the humiliation is just not going to be an option for her. So when she has a chance encounter with the office playboy, it opens up a new possibility for her. Now, that office playboy, his name is Jamie Carter, and he doesn't really believe in love, but he needs a respectable, steady girlfriend to impress the bosses. So Lori wants a new man to give the rumor mill something else to talk about than, the humiliation of the ex's pregnant girlfriend. And, Jamie needs someone for that the bosses can look at and go, oh yeah, he's a respectable man. Look at the respectable, woman on his side. But there's a fine line between pretending to be in love and actually falling for your charming, handsome boyfriend. Fake boyfriend. So definitely a funny little romantic comedy there. All right, and this next one we have is another author that is really starting to make her name for herself, and her name is Talia Hibbert. And she has a new series that she's working on. We have both books in the series that are currently out. The second book is brand new. We just put it out, and it is Take a Hint, Dani Brown. These are, the series itself is about a group of sisters. So this is the second sister, Dani. So Dani, or Danica Brown, she knows what she wants. She wants, professional success, academic renown, and, maybe a good boyfriend to kind of, help relieve some of all that stress from, the career-driven world. But romance, been there, done that, she's burned the t-shirts and, the possessions and all that. She believes that, a boyfriend is a distraction at best and a drain at worst. So she decides to ask the universe for the perfect friend with benefits. Someone who knows the score. So when Zafir Ansari rescues Dani from a workplace fire drill gone wrong, it's an obvious sign. She's a PhD student. He is an ex-rugby player, and they are destined to be together. But before she can explain that to him, or kind of show him, hey, we should be together, a video of his rescuing her goes viral. And the internet is going mad for hashtag Dr. Rugby. And he is begging her to play along with being his girlfriend. It turns out he has a sports charity for kids, and all that internet viral fame is, really helping. But, lying for the sake of children, okay. So her plan is simple, fake a relationship in public. But it turns out that Zaf is secretly a hopeless romantic, and he's determined to disrupt her realism of, the boyfriends are just a distraction. So hopefully, let's see. Oh, where was I? But Zaf does have issues of his own, and the walls around his heart are pretty thick. So suddenly, Dani's dream is becoming more complex than, the thesis she wrote for her PhD. And she wonders if her wish has backfired. Is her focus being tested, or is the universe just waiting for her to take a hint? So, like I said, that is Talia Hibbert's Take a Hint, Dani Brown. All right. So not only do we have some awesome romantic comedies by some people of color, but we also have some fun romantic comedies that are LGBTQ+. So the first one we have is brand new on the shelf, and it is Annabeth Albert's Conventionally Yours. And this one I'm actually currently listening to as an audiobook. It is free to stream on Hoopla, if anyone is interested, or we have the paperback copy here at the library. So charming, charismatic, and effortlessly popular Conrad Stewart seems to have it all, but in reality, he's scrambling to keep his life from tumbling out of control. On the other side, we have Alden Roth, who is brilliant, guarded, and endlessly driven. He may be the poster boy for perfection, but even he can't help but feel a little broken inside. When these mortal enemies are stuck together on a cross-country road trip to the biggest fan convention of their lives, their infamous rivalry takes a back seat as an unexpected connection is forged. Yet each has a reason for why they want to win the upcoming gaming tournament, and neither's willing to let emotion get in the way, even if it means giving up their one chance at something truly magical. So, like I said, that is Conventionally Yours by Annabeth Albert. And I will say, when I started reading it, I absolutely love that it started off very, very nerdy. Conventionally Yours, convention, like a gaming convention. Little play on title there. But I'm enjoying it so far. It's really cute. All right, our next one is also brand new on the shelf. And this is, let's see, Alex Hall's Boyfriend Material. So this one stars Luke O'Donnell, who is reluctantly famous. His parents were rock stars, but they split when he was younger, and he doesn't really get a chance to know his father. His father's never really been around. So his dad suddenly decides that he's making a comeback and wants to be a part of his life, especially since Luke is now in the public eye. And one compromising photo, though, is enough to ruin everything. So to clean up his image, Luke has to find a nice, normal relationship. And when he comes across Oliver Blackwood, he realizes he's as nice and normal as they come. He's a barrister, he's an ethical vegetarian, and he's never inspired in a moment's scandal in his life. So, in other words, the perfect boyfriend material. Unfortunately, Luke and Oliver really have nothing in common apart from, being single and really in need of a date for a big event. So they strike a deal to be publicity friends, fake boyfriends, until the dust has settled. Then they can go their separate ways and pretend it never happened. But the one thing about fake dating is that it can feel a lot like real dating. And that's when you get used to someone, start falling for them. Don't ever want to let them go. So if you're interested in, if they stay together, that is Boyfriend Material by Alex Hall. So thank you so much for joining me. As I said, these are some diverse romantic comedies that we have right now. Some of them are new, some of them not as new, but newer. So if you have any questions, please let me know. You can either comment here on this video, you can send us a message on our Facebook page or through the contact form on our website. And like I said, hopefully next week we will have some new ones for you, some new books. All right, thank you so much for joining me. See you next time. Bye.